What up, everybody? This is Zafa Slater, aka the Comic watching in the house. And we're kicking back, and we got a wonderful Funko today. Really cool. And it's from a horror movie franchise. Evil Dead, Ash. This is really cool. I got this from Black Moon. Very, very awesome. I dropped a TikTok video. I drop TikTok videos wherever I go. I dropped a TikTok video about the Adam one that I just covered. Awesome. Now, in the 1980s, the horror movie franchise actually experienced a huge boom. Now, horror movies kind of go back and forth. They kind of change with the times. For example, back in the old days, you had Dracula, Frankenstein, a Wolfman, all that stuff. And then it evolved into more of a sci-fi horror, like giant ants and things like that. The 70s, it got a little dark, really dark. And towards the 80s, I'd say horror movies were still horror movies, but they had a sense of humor about them. Like Freddy Krueger, or like I keep harping on this movie, Critters. Very funny. But yeah, this movie right here, Evil Dead, they did Sam Raimi, and he was the guy that did the Spider-Mans in the 2000s. He has more of a cartoonish kind of approach to things. So his horror movies always have a taste of cartoon humor, which is really awesome. Bruce Campbell, which is really cool. Yes, and I know that my opponent in Comic Outlaw, Jax, has mentioned it before. I've mentioned it to other people on and off. I mean, Critters is a good movie. I mean, even superhero and villain gotta agree they're good movies. I mean, alright. Ash Jonah Williams. Oh man. He got that name from his dad. Apparently they wanted a girl, but they ended up getting Ash. And I love this Funko. It looks really cool. And yeah, if you watch it, especially part 2, part 1, it's a little more dark. And then they kind of lost the franchise rights. So when they made part 2, they kind of used or reshot 20 minutes from part 1. So part 2 is actually a recap of part 1. If you know what I mean. And then they made one, Army of Darkness. Oh, Army of Darkness. I love that show. Anyways, I recommend Army of Darkness. They made a Ash vs. Evil Dead. Great television show. Let's see. The thing about Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I've been pushing for, I've been hoping that eventually they will make an ending to it, because the ending is kind of They made another Evil Dead movie with a female protagonist. Really awesome. And of course Ash, spoilers for a movie that came out about 10 years ago, makes an appearance. And so I'm kind of hoping there'll be a movie or a sum up to all of this. It would be cool if they made like a part 1, part 2. What I really, really would like to see is Ash versus Freddy versus Jason. But that's wishful thinking. You know how movies go. I mean, there's so many licensing rights for this and that. So you really got to see what happens. But at any rate, let's get to the figure. Let me check this out. Really cool. I mean, you gotta hand it to Funko. I mean, personally, I end up throwing away the boxes, but look at that one. This is classic Ash Williams right here. So, without further ado, let us open the box. And yeah, the thing about the TV show, the movies and everything, is it actually follows pretty well. It actually connects all the worlds. So you really, really gotta watch it. I mean, so many good characters, so many awesome stuff. I mean, Ash gets sidekicks eventually. I mean, I don't want to drop too many spoilers because I actually do want people to watch the TV series, unless I do like a deep dive into it. So that's why I kind of paint in broad strokes. That way you can see the movies and judge for yourself whether or not you like them. Because I know how people are. If you hear the whole movie or a synopsis of it, you're like, well, you know, this guy just told me basically everything about the movie, so why should I see it? You know. Let's open this up. First of my Funkos. Which Jack stole. Got a bunch of unopened Funkos. I guess you covered one, but I'm not happy to get this one. There we go. This one's actually pretty cool. Look at that. You gotta love the detail. You gotta love the detail of Funko. Oh, I forgot the song. You can trust you how to do a song. It's Funko time. It's Funko time. Oh yeah, it's Funko time. Let's stop some deadites. Okay, probably wondering about the chainsaw. It's basically his primary weapon. He ends up losing his hand, and then he replaces it with a chainsaw. Like I said, it gets really zany. He has a shotgun called the boomstick. So, this guy is a S-Mart person. S-Mart, Kmart. And Ash is basically just a typical guy. A beer drinking, just average, lovable loser. And the thing about Jackson, watch that, I'm giving that guy some free publicity for that one. It's kind of a, anyways. Look at that. Alright, Ash, I gotta love this action figure here. It's really cool, really awesome. I love how they go into detail, the chainsaw, everything about it, the hair. And you gotta love the Ash Williams character. I'm sorry, Ash has a lot of Jax moments. So much so you just kind of wanna, well, not Ash because Ash is cool, but Jax is complete jerk. I happen to met Ash Williams, and Ash Williams is actually a really cool guy. Jax, on the other hand, really not. For some reason, Ash likes him too, so I really don't know. Really cool. Really awesome. I'm glad this is going in my collection. And I recommend the Evil Dead movies. Army of Darkness, possibly one of my favorites. Ash vs. the Evil Dead. The new Evil Dead movie, they say it's a reboot, but it's actually part 4. And there's supposed to be a part 5. It was supposed to come out last year, but you know how movies are. Something gets caught up. Production, directing, editing, or sometimes they wait a year or two to actually put the movie out. Script issues, rewrites, reshoots. I mean, movies are movies. But if you want a funny movie, and you don't want to take yourself too seriously when it comes to horror, I actually recommend Ash. I love it. I love horror movies. It's so hard to just sit here and kind of keep it G, rated G when it comes to Ash, because there's so many goofy and wacky things that you just gotta sit here and go, I gotta bite my tongue on that one. I shouldn't tell that story. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's absolutely worth watching. And I'm Zafa Slater, aka Alex1, the true comic outlaw. And as always, I'm going to steal your catchphrase. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm signing off.